It's just creating the save spot. Yeah. Sure, I'll connect to a network. That's fine. I love Joker.
What are you watching?
Not watching. Playing. Persona 5.
Batman? Oh. Not Batman?
Not Batman Joker, yeah. This game is so super stylish, like... Persona games are fun by themselves, but this game with for style, like, way up there.
A snake bit my boot.
A snake bit your boot. Well, at that, I guess it's a. Hopefully, it only got the boot, yeah?
I think so. My life, my little life thing is golden, so it recharges like super fast, so I can't tell if I'm poisoned or not.
Oh, okay. Whoa, it comes with a whole bunch of costumes from the original one. Personas. Stickers for the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, in English. Thank you. Okay.
This story is a work of fiction. Similarities between characters or events to person. Only those who have agreed to the above have the privilege of partaking in this game.
We put in a dog door on the back door because the back door
The
we have it
contract
gated,
has been
so
sealed.
the littlest dogs can hang out by the washer and dryer.
Yeah.
Right? And so they can go.
The world is not as it should be. It's filled with distortion and ruin. Those who oppose fate. You are the trickster. Now is the time to rise against the abyss of distortion. So we put in a dog door so
they can just come and go. So Kinsey and her little puppy can come and go. And Poncho, I keep sticking in there, and he just... It took him a couple weeks to figure out the dog door. And so now he's figured it out. And he knows how to come and go. And he knows I'm sitting in the living room because I'm pretty sure he can hear me. But then he goes outside and he screams like he's dying, like we didn't let him in. But he could just walk in.
Dumb.
Poncho!
You...
He's mad because I wouldn't give him any pizza. He was staring at me too. So he knows I'm sitting here. Oh my god.
I mean, you did.
Now what you do?
Oh no, I told her that you said that she was
It sounded like...
She's like, when did I lie?
That's great.
Oh, this dude doesn't have one.
He's here. Moving immediately.
Ow.
Good. Now get running.
This is our only...
Stay calm. We'll Don't worry.
Okay.
But I have to say, showing yourself above that crowd earlier was an excellent move. Nice work as always, Joker.
I bet Skull wouldn't pull it off that smoothly.
What's happening?
There he is!
There I am! I'm being chased.
Just
It's been a while since I played this game.
Okay,
Like,
the
the
enemy's
original
focus is on him. Looks like the rest of us can slip away. No worries, I can guide you all.
My God. Up. Go up.
Oh my
Stop
god.
right there!
Stop right there.
Somebody made...
Take him down, Joker!
You probably saw this already, but somebody made a book cover for The Last Jedi. To make it look like a romance novel.
Oh my God. No, I haven't seen that, but that's funny.
So he's on the left side and he's holding up Rey. And he doesn't have a shirt. He doesn't have a shirt down. And he's looking down. And she's in like
Something else.
like the O pose.
Oh, we lit me on fire.
And she has the lightsaber on, so it's like back, and she's like holding it delicately.
That's funny.
Good.
That's great, actually.
Defeat them with ease. More of it?
More, be careful!
Joker, behind you!
I'm at the point where at the
You should
beginning,
be able to-
and it's like you're super powerful because it's really the end of the game, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Come
Or
on!
near the end of the game. But it's pretty much like a...
The intruder simply can't be found.
I was thinking that if they made
You're quick!
another Red Dead Redemption where it's young, if it's young Arthur in the game, that I'm thinking that the very last thing you would do the mission in Blackwater would be awesome to see how that turned out.
I can't see it. It's okay.
Alright!
Okay, get out from me. I forgot, you have to cancel the mission. Use that thing and just fly over there. Did you just... I can... Just ask if I can fly? Well, I can, so I guess that's cool.
Alright!
I'm guessing straight is this way. Yeah, this one's not right. Okay.
Joker, stop!
That's bad, because I know what happens. He ends up getting caught, and then interrogated by the cops. There's an interesting way to
It's an enemy
introduce
right
you
near
to
you.
the mechanics.
Even you can't.
Yeah.
Huh? Joker, that weird reading from earlier is closing in on you too.
I'll end this
So a
right
quote
now.
from an employee of Hobby Lobby. Because they
Joker,
closed all the
it's her.
stores
She's the weird reading I've been getting.
indefinitely.
Yeah.
It said the line our managers gave us was the employees got what the employees wanted. The stores are closed. And the employee said, "My question is, did God tell them not they needed to close the stores and not pay us? Because they furloughed everybody. They ended emergency leave pay and suspended use of company-provided paid time off, benefits, and vacation."
Well, my company did that too, but only
My
for
weak
10%
self
of
relied
it.
on you so much. That ends today.
I just got unlucky because my time in company as a full-timer
Let's do
was
this,
only
senpai!
6 months. Because it was my current position, not my overall full-time experience
Enemy
with
readings
the
have
company.
decreased?
Yeah.
That's...
So unlike how they do everything else, they decided, well, we're just going to use her current position. I have a new person with me.
It's been a while, but this time,
That's cool. I like you.
There.
Oh, that was cool. Did everybody? I didn't hit anything, but I guess we're just gonna attack everybody.
the
That's cool.
landing.
It is the opening thing, and I can't hold actual personas hostage, so.
I think
I genuinely have no clue what... Wait, bad news. Enemy backups head...
please go. I'm going to make it harder. You still have something you need to do. Then I won't stop since I'm not a member of the Phantom Thieves. However, please don't forget the promise we made.
Joker, you need...
He just shows up and says, "Hey, I'm not a member of your crew. I helped you. Please don't
Alright,
remember
let's do it."
our promise." And I'm like, I don't remember this promise. I'm gonna guess this is part of the storyline that I have seen since you're a new character, but yeah, cool. I've never seen it before. Persona is interesting because you can... It's like a life simulator. Because you take him to school and stuff and you can answer questions, but if you answer the questions right, you improve his stats. And you need certain stats to do certain things. No. Oh,
wrong?
you say
The
Bloodshot,
entrance should be
not
up
Blind
ahead.
Spot. That's a whole nother... I did watch Bloodshot.
How it is.
It was
After that
weird.
commotion, the bottom floor
Not
is completely
exceptionally
closed
great,
off.
but if you turn off your mind
Hey,
and be
can you
like,
make
yeah, I
it?
just want to watch people getting killed, yeah, that's
Over
it's
there.
okay.
There's nowhere to run.
Yeah, it's not real smart and it's not real clever or anything like that, but it's fun if all you're doing is watching people shoot each other.
See ya.
What a show off. You're so reckless, you know that?
Like I just jump out the window and I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? And the cops are like, yeah, we got you surrounded.
Enemies here?
What's wrong?
He's reading.
Here, hold on.
It can't be.
What happened?
An ambush? Joker, can you handle this?
Joker!
Oh no!
Capture him! Let's go! Go, go, go! Get over there!
What's weird is, so I was in a memory palace and fighting people's personas, but now I'm being chased by cops, like cops. And since it's the beginning of the game, and I haven't actually gotten to this part in the game, in the original game, it makes me wonder if these are actual,
Expect to find
you know,
some kid.
memory palace
You have your
cops, or
teammate
if
to
they're...
thank for this. You were sold out.
Or if they're actual cops.
Suspect confirmed. Cuff it.
Like if a memory palace is security got used, or if well, they questioned you with drugs.
Guess the drug was too strong. Wake him up. No dozing
Oh,
off.
Minnie, are you done? Don't lick the floor.
You still don't get it, do you?
Minpin, come here.
Give it up! Come on, cooperate.
My dog's in
What?
trouble.
You want another
I
shot?
gave him some chicken last night, and apparently did not agree with him. So he
What
pooped
about
all
the
over my
camera?
floor. We had to shampoo
Are
it.
you thinking it can be used as video evidence?
Yeah, there's nothing like waking up in the morning and going,
You still haven't figured it out? There are no laws here to protect criminals like you.
I think I'm in a memory palace. This guy says
Obstruction
there's
of
no laws to
justice,
protect me.
blackmail, defamation, possession of weapons. Manslaughter too, yeah?
Oops, Minnie.
Talk about the works.
Here.
To think that all those crimes were led by a punk like this. And you seem to be enjoying every second of it. Huh?
Well, I was enjoying it. Everything's hazy. I can't remember. What difficulty setting do I want this on? Safe, easy, normal, hard, or merciless? No, normal is hard enough. I'm good. Have you never played this game before?
You should know your
No.
place.
Huh. Yeah, it's this kid who gets sent to his uncle, I think, or a family friend,
Yeah.
because he got in trouble at his last school, so they send him here. Oh, he's told this is your last chance.
Sign
Nobody
here.
else is going to speak up for you.
It's a
Behave.
confession under your name.
And so you go to school.
I see. I need your hand to sign this, bud. I don't care if you end up losing a leg.
Wow, you were. Tells him he's gonna cut off his fucking leg. Like, dude, that's some viciousness.
Don't
there.
expect to walk out
Do
of here
it.
in one piece.
Do it.
We are going to make you understand.
That's mean.
One must take full responsibility for their actions.
But so you take him to school, and through it, like he notices there's something wrong with the school,
Yep.
and then, and I don't remember how I ended up at a memory palace, but I did. Okay, what's my name? What should his name be? Here, we'll go with the one I've been using a bunch lately. Velvet. It sounds like velvet, so it's fun. Oh, I need a last name. We'll go with this one then.
Alright, that's a little bit too sensitive. Yeah, if I'm
we'll
not
do
playing
that.
in a Destiny or like a PvP game, I don't like it to swing around too fast. That's just over the Call of Duty.
Yeah. Ashlyn was saying something about controlling how smooth the screen moves. And I was like, yeah, because there's certain games like Final Fantasy XIV on the console moves too fast and gives me a headache. Like, it makes me dizzy.
Excuse me, but this area's off.
Yeah.
And I had to adjust Destiny so it wouldn't do the same thing.
I'm Nijima from the Public Prosecutor's Office.
The prosecutor's office?
Just let me through. It's urgent. There's some...
Nijima-san. I believe this kid sides.
Are you Prosecutor Sai Nijima? I just got off the phone with you. Hurry and get it over.
What?
So they're torturing you and they're trying to get you to sign a confession, right?
Yeah.
Which you have to do because that lists your name, right? But when you're actually...
I'm responsible for this case.
In the
I'm
middle
not
of
even
doing
being
that,
allowed an interrogation.
Public prosecutor shows up and is like, I'm gonna do an interrogation, and I'm like, wow, cool.
I'm calling me.
I will not be This is my case.
And you can talk to her.
Good luck
but
to you then.
You can also just say nothing. Like, you can dot your way through it.
Ah, Prosecutor, I forgot to mention something
So
important.
the game is actually you telling her what happened.
Your time will... It's for your own sake. His methods are unknown, after all. We don't even know if it's safe to simply
We don't
meet
know if
and
it's safe
speak
to talk to this guy. You've
I
been
understand.
torturing him. Also, you have him very heavily drugged. Like, seriously. Drugged. What? You didn't chain... He's dangerous, guys. So dangerous. But you didn't chain him to anything? Like, he's just sitting at the table like, do-do-do. Well, alright
You'll be
then.
answering
You could
my
have at least chained
questions
him
this
to the
time.
table.
Can you hear me? It seems almost anything can happen here. And that's why I need you to answer me honestly.
She's like, almost anything can happen here, and I can't stop him, and I'm like,
What was your objective? Why did you cause such a major... I didn't think it was a prank from the get-go, but I couldn't assemble a case for prosecution. It's because I couldn't figure out the method behind...
Why do you want to know?
This isn't an issue of whether or not it can be used in court. I need to know. This is my case, after all.
Ah, Serpentine!
It seems you're coherent. When and where did you find out about that world?
That is fucking intense.
How is it even possible to steal another's heart?
How are you stealing
Now,
hearts?
Tell me your start from the very beginning.
Oh, that's cool. So each day you actually do things, and you have only so much time. So certain things take a certain amount of time. So if you decide you're going to make lockpicks, it's going to take you so much time to make them, and you lose that amount of your day.
You are held,
certain things can only be done during certain parts of the day. So...
A prisoner of fate to a future that has been sealed in advance.
If you decide to work and do your part-time job, then that's what you do that day. And there's not a whole lot else you could do for the rest of the day, because most of the stuff is closed by the time you get home. So you have to manage your time. It's really weird, but the other upside of that is you have to actually expand your relationships with your friends and coworkers and stuff like that. The other people in the game.
So it's like a dating sim.
It does actually have a dating sim thing to it. Like, there are several different girls that you can actually have relationships with, and if you fuck it up, you get stuck with the first one. Somebody was like, yeah, I accidentally was like, she was upset, and I was like, yeah, here, I'll pat your shoulder, and I gave her a hug, and apparently we were dating. I was like, ah, that's funny. That's sad, but that's funny.
This is truly an unjust game. Your chances of winning are almost none.
Why, thank you.
But if my voice is reaching you, there may yet be a... I beg you,
I can save
please overcome this game and say the key to victory lies within the memories of your bonds, the truth that you and your friends grasped. It all began that day, when the game was started half a year ago.
Okay, so where you're at currently in the game is half a year after the beginning of the game, if that makes sense. So where I'm talking to the prosecutor is half a year later, so you have half a year to do all this other stuff. It does give you timetables, like it'll tell you, okay, this one palace you have to finish this palace by this day. But before that day, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can up your stats, you can go get money, so you can buy new equipment, you can... Because, like, you're done is a airsoft pistol. I shit you not. It's an airsoft pistol. So you go buy an airsoft pistol, and when you're in the palace, it's an actual gun.
Shit, wrong way.
Would you like to save your progress? Yes, because I'm not crazy. No, save.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for riding with us today. We will be arriving in Shibuya shortly. This is the last stop for this line. Please transfer here for all subway lines.
What did you do?
Like, no, this is like way harder than, because I think it's they almost copied the Medal of Honor.
Uh-huh.
But the it's the Normandy.
Damn brat! I'll sue.
And
What? Are you for real? A mental shutdown? It's the truth. To a person, though, that's gotta be a joke.
It's the Norman
You really
invasion,
love all that occult stuff,
like,
don't you?
Fuck.
I forgot. The reason why you got sent there was because you were walking home one night and you witnessed a guy assaulting this woman, and when you tried to get his attention, he tripped and fell into a guardrail and took out, it looked like his eye. He was bleeding on one half of his face, and he said he'd sue, and he had the cops come arrest you.
I get the feeling that's what's going on.
And time stop. Okay. This is where Persona and the Devil. Oh my god, what are they called? The game this is a bounce off of, like a side game from. Those games are really weird. They all involve you putting a weird app on your phone. Like, it sounds like the thing to do, right?
Yeah.
They're meant to be like app that's like an AR, like an AR game on your phone, but so kind of like Pokemon Go, only. Oh. None. So. Are you kidding? Dallas, I mean the place where the cop went to that guy's house and shot him. That was totally Dallas. Oh, okay.
There's no time for that.
Oh yeah, that was
Georgia.
That was Georgia. Who burnt down? Who broke into her house?
This is
What is this, like counter looting? It's like counter looting now. So you did this stuff, so we're gonna break into people's houses of actual victims and terrorize their families more. So smart. Is that the Rodney King riots? Yeah. No, I remember bits and pieces of like people talking, but I don't remember the actual thing. Yeah. What's weird is I remember that. Because because you threatened it all the time. I know. That's why every time you were like, it was never... My dad's threat was, I'll turn the car around. Yours was, I'll kick you out of the car. And I was like, oh, she'll do it. My dog's stupid. He walked back outside again. What, the broad one? Hey, they did that in second. Maybe they realized that they made our street too narrow. So the company that owns this... Oh, why not? At the gas station. The people that own our lot decided that they were going to redo the roads. But they told us that when they bought the land that they were going to redo the roads. And they just hadn't done it yet. Where am I going? Oh, not that far. Yeah, it's been too long since I played this game and I can't remember where I'm going.
Time for that.
Oh, right there. But they did our stretch of the street first, but they made it too narrow. So now cars can't pass each other. And they put these big ditches on either side, so somebody fell into the ditch last week. That was actually kind of funny.
What?
Looks like no one's home.
Somebody else had to get chains out and drag him out of the ditch. Because it's not like a little ditch, it's a really big ditch. But they made our road too narrow. And they also busted the water main a couple times. And busted the sewer line a couple times. And then took out our internet. So like for a few days last week I had no internet. As far as I know, last weekend the other road didn't have internet because they busted their line too. They were all marked.
Oh,
it's not like there was like, oh, I didn't know this was
usually
here.
at his cafe
Every
around
line
this time.
for the internet and water and sewer, they were all marked. They had flags and everything, but they busted all of them.
Well, it belongs in the back alley, so I should make my other... Next, I need to take this...
That doesn't make sense.
But they're supposed to be paving the roads, and they widened all our
transit bus was driven down an opposing lane
spots
with
and
its
everything.
customers still in it.
But they did all kinds of crazy things. Besides breaking all the lines and cutting us off and everything, they were using the cement that you use to build the layers for before doing the road, and you have to water down that cement or it flies in the air and it's like a big lung hazard. I thought I was gonna die. My mom had to call it in. She called the owners, but they didn't do anything, so then she started calling up in the county until she got to the commissioner.
Wow.
And yeah, it was kind of interesting because they wouldn't do anything. We kept telling them, hey, don't do that, don't do that. You're not supposed to be doing that, and they just continued. And even after they broke the internet, we were like, dude, seriously? It was marked. You guys cut it. And they're like, oh, we did that? And it's like, dude, who else was gonna do it? But, so when my mom called up, I'm guessing that the county came back down hard on them because then they spent like the next 2 days like working their butts off to fix all the stuff they broke. And it's still not even up to par. The ditches are too deep. The road's too narrow. There's a sewer line hanging in midair down the road. Like it's not buried or anything. It's actually hanging in midair through one of the ditches. And it cut us off from where we take our trash on trash days. So we built my mom and my daughter built a bridge.
The citizens can't live in peace if this keeps up.
They got some wood from Lowe's and they built this little bridge where they can put the trash cans on trash days.
Oh. What could be going on? Didn't some...
Dun dun dun.
And down is the name of a shellfish used in pearl farming.
He's owner of the cafe is sitting here playing, doing crosswords.
Right. They did say that was today.
Oh, we'll be going now.
Thanks for coming.
This place is...
So you're...
A what now?
The guy who takes you in runs a cafe. So one of the things you can do is make coffee.
Rampage accidents.
None of my can...
Like you can practice making coffee. He teaches
Well,
you how to
see
make
you
it.
next.
And so you can... That's one of the things you can do. At night, you can come in and make coffee. It's kind of cool.
4 hours for just a single... So, you're the...
So, when you said, yeah, it's like a dating sim, it is, but... It also is like a complete life sim. Like, it has all these crazy other things you can do. So, kind of like, Yakuza, without the weird, you know, street fights. You have fights, but they're more like Pokemon fights. Like, you collect personas and you use them to fight instead.
I'm Sojiro Sakura. You'll be in my custom. I was wondering what kind of unruly kid would show up. But you're the one, huh? Have you been told? A customer of mine and your parents know each other, and...
A customer of mine and your parents know each other.
Follow
well, that's
me.
a weird connection. That's okay, dude. Oh, that's right.
This
he puts you
is
in an
your
attic,
room.
and he's like, "This is your room," and it's like
At
a
least
storage
give you
room.
sheets for
It's
your
got like
bed.
trash and shit in there. So the very first night, the very first day,
You look like you
he's
want to
been
say
cleaning it.
something. It's on you to clean up the... I'll be leaving. You'll be alone at night, but don't do anything stupid. I'll throw you out if you cause any trouble.
If you cause trouble, I'll throw you out. I
Now
start the game getting arrested.
I got the gist of your situation. You protected some woman from a man forcing himself on her. He got injured, then sued you. That's what you get for sticking your nose in a matter between two adults. You did, and now that you've got a criminal record, you were expelled. The courts ordered you to transfer and move out here, which your parents also approved.
That didn't work.
Oh, this guy's like, let me give a rundown of all the things that happened to you. And so he does, and it's like, that was the weirdest
In other words,
expositional
they got
dump I've
rid of
ever
you for being
seen.
a
But
pain
yeah,
in the
sure,
ass.
that's what happened.
It's best you not talk
My
about
parents don't
anything
want me to be a
unnecessary.
pain in the ass.
I am in the
Because
restaurant
I stopped
business,
some
you know.
woman from getting raped. Like, okay. I mean, I could see that happening in Japan. I really could.
Behave yourself for the year. If nothing happens, your probation...
They definitely like the quiet. Oh,
Cause
probation.
any
Probation
problems,
sucks.
and you'll be sent straight to juvie. We'll be going to Shujin. Shujin Academy. The school you'll be
You're
attending.
going to school tomorrow. Oh, hold on. Kenzie, that was me. Poncho, shut up. Uh-huh, I see you. he forgets he can walk through that doggy door. He walks out of it and then starts screaming like, "Where are you?" Dude, you just saw me. My dog is old, maybe he's
We'll
going to
introduce
see
ourselves properly to the staff there. There's rarely a place that'll accept someone like you, you know? What a waste of my... Your luggage arrived a little while ago. I brought...
Why, thank you, dude. I should check out what's here. And I have a box from home. Thank you, box from home. It's like, you should start cleaning, and I'm like, okay, let's start cleaning. Now it's evening. Yay!
What the heck? I heard you making all sorts of noise up here.
What did he think he was doing? He's like, I heard you making noise. I didn't think you were cleaning.
Actually,
okay.
The place doesn't look too bad, though it's only natural you'd want to keep your... Why don't you go to bed for tonight? You don't have... I'm going to close up shop and get out. I won't be the one looking after you if you get sick from staying up too late.
Well, how to advance time? Going to bed will advance time. Yes? I'm aware. I can't get into the storage yet. The game wants me to go to sleep. So, go to sleep,
Go to sleep.
I guess. Criminal record.
Damn brat! I'll sue!
Say you're a homewrecker?
What? You're a home wrecker. No. I said criminal record. Home wrecker. Wow, dude. Wow.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, man. I wreck homes. No. I don't even leave my home. So yeah, I went from coughing a little bit because of my allergies to coughing a lot because of my allergies, because they had that dust going that shouldn't have been flying through the air. So long as I'm still, I'm okay. And if I move around too much, it gets worse. Am I dreaming? I think I'm dreaming.
Stop it!
Hmm? How dare you?
I'm having a nightmare of what happened.
No!
Don't give.
Ow!
Oh, come on.
I have to. Your choices are: I have to do. I can't ignore this, or I have to save her.
Waste of time.
So they're the same
You
thing.
think you're worth causing?
Oh!
The police are my bitches. They're not gonna take
The
you
police are my bitches.
seriously.
You know what?
No.
Maybe you deserve to have your face smashed in there, dude.
Someone called. Get in the car. Incompetent fools like you just need to shut. What are you looking at? This ain't a. See? This is all because you're so damn slow. Get in the car.
Oh, this guy's super drunk. The weird app that's on my phone that suddenly is there. I thought I deleted that. Even though I actually can't read much Japanese at all. I was assuming that's what he did. So the app goes off, and I go to sleep, and then I get, like, sucked into a palace that looks like a prison. You wake up in chains. It's actually pretty cool. Did they give him a squatter toilet? Like, they even showed the toilet in his cell. And it looked like one of those squatter ones. You know, like they had at the bus stations and stuff. Hi, scary little girls. What's up? No, you're still scary. What's up? Oh no, it's a regular toilet. It just looks weird. I am super chained in. They actually put a giant metal ball attached to a chain on his ankle.
Trickster, welcome to my velvet room.
Hi, creepy old man. What's up?
So you've come too, inmate. The you in reality is currently fast asleep. You are only experiencing this as a dream. You're in the presence of our master. Stand up straight!
Welcome. I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
I don't know how I
This
feel about
place
this.
exists between dream and reality, mind and matter.
It's been forever since
It is
I
a
was in
room
this
that
part.
only those who are bound by a contract may enter. I am Igor, the master of this place. Remember it well. I summoned you to speak of important matters. It involves your life as well. Still, this is a surprise. The state of this room reflects the state of your own heart. To think a prison
I'm in my
would
own
appear
palace.
as such.
Wow, my palace looks like a prison.
You truly
That's
are
terrifying.
a prisoner of fate. In the near future,
He's
there
like,
is no
this is the
mistake
state of your
that
own heart.
ruin
And I'm like,
awaits
whoa, man.
I speak of the end to everything.
I got cells all around a circle.
However, there is a
and I'm
means to
chained
oppose
in.
such a
So I
fate.
chain myself in here?
You must
Well,
be
that's bad.
rehabilitated. Rehabilitated toward freedom. That is
Poncho,
your
stop
only
it.
means to avoid ruin. Do you have the resolve to challenge the distortion of the world?
Well, yeah.
Allow me to
That sounds
observe
bad.
the path of your rehabilitation.
I remember what these are an offshoot of. The Shin Megami Tensei.
Pardon me for not
games.
introducing the others.
The
To
Devil
your
Summoner
right
games?
is Caroline. To your left, Justi.
Yeah, they're
They
like an
serve as
offshoot of that.
wardens here.
Try and
Like the Shin
struggle as
Megami
hard
Tensei
as you
games are like a straight up
The duty
RPG.
of
You just go
wardens
straight
is to
through.
protect inmates. We are
They're
also
kinda like
your
the
collaborators.
Digimon games.
That is, if
So,
you remain obedient.
There's a
I
storyline
shall
and
explain
you
the
follow
roles
through.
of these two
But
at
Persona
another
games have
occasion.
more interaction between characters.
Now then, it seems the night
Because
is
you can
waning.
build like
It is
friendships
almost
and
time. Take your
relationships
time
and
to
stuff.
slowly come to understand this place. We will surely meet again, eventually.
I actually have the DS one too. That's like a cross
Now
between
hurry up and go back
Persona
to
4
sleep.
and 5. Day 10.
Looks like you're up.
I'm up and I
Well
dressed
then,
in a uniform.
let's go introduce
Let's go.
ourselves properly to the staff about you. The school you're attending is in the Aoyama. It'll take a while to get there by train. I'll drive you there.
I don't know
but
whose
just
uniform.
for today.
But I'm in a uniform.
Men aren't usually allowed in my passenger seat.
While you were
In a uniform?
I'm in a school uniform, but I don't know that that's this school's uniform. This dude, he's like, yeah, we're going to the school. He's like, go get in the car. And he's like, men don't usually ride in the passenger seat of my car. And it's like, wow, dude, wow. He like spend his night like just go like hunting down women and taking them home in his car? Like, okay, I mean, cool.
Do me a favor and behave yourself, all right?
It's weird you have no guy friends, but okay.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I don't care what happens to you. Just don't cause me any trouble.
Well, no, I guess it's Japan. I mean, if you want to impress women, you'd have a car. And you wouldn't need to take your guy friends around. You'd be like, hey, meet me at such and such place, and your guy friends would just show up, and then you could, you know, carry you to your, you know, drink. Kind of like we always did. I mean, we just always just took the trains everywhere.
To reiterate,
There is actually a thing. You can
will
take the trains
immediately be expelled if you cause any
Different
problems.
places. There's an underground mall you can go to, and you can get a part-time job at the underground mall.
Oh my god. What are you
worked
playing?
at a-
Just. I mean, it sounds like you're playing Second Life.
Right? I know. Except for in between all this stuff you're doing, you actually have to take time and go into the palaces.
Okay.
And you fight things in the palaces. Or you can go into the underground tunnels, and you can fight things in the tunnels. The tunnels are weird, though. And if you spend too much time in the tunnels, there's a thing called the Reaper that will start coming after you.
Oh.
It's a really high level persona. So
Yeah.
if it catches you while you're low level, it'll definitely kill you.
Oh.
But the cool thing is you can beat it by going on days during the flu season. If you go during the flu season, the personas get the flu as well. And
What?
if you're down, yeah, I know it's weird. You have to pay attention to what's going on. So if there's high allergens and stuff, you pay attention to it because personas will react to them. But if it's flu season and you go into the tunnels during flu season, you go find the Reaper. The Reaper kills itself.
Yeah.
It'll die within like a couple rounds because it has the flu. It's like the
I'll be
easiest
right
way to
back.
defeat it, but
Yeah. Here, just a second.
Poncho, stop it! You'll be expelled
In
if you
my
cause any
opinion,
trouble.
you're nothing
Well,
but
all right,
whatever you might have gotten away with in your hometown. If you are thrown out from our school, there will be no place for you to
This
go.
guy has no neck.
Keep that in mind. This is the teacher in charge of your class.
Poop in the box.
I'm Sadayo Kawakami. Here's your student.
Where was that? You, Gordy? You outside the box?
Be sure to read the school rules. Any violations will send you straight to the guidance
Wow,
office.
wow, dude, wow.
I was walking by the
And
little
if
closet
by
door where
chance
we
you
keep
cause
the,
any problems,
the cat litter
I
box,
won't be
and
able
there's
to
two
protect
pieces
you
of
at
poop
all.
outside the box.
Well, you know, maybe the cat got excited and hopped out of the box and knocked the poop out.
I don't know.
Or maybe the cat squatted too close to the edge of the box.
Possibly.
That is your promise.
Mm-hmm. He is responsible for all his actions.
Our cats go outside. And they go poop outside and then they come in through the dog door. Well, two of them do. Two of them are a little creeped out by the doggy door. And Fang and King are like, oh, that's my entrance. And they just walk in. I woke up this morning with King on me and I was like, you were not in here when I went to sleep. And he was all sprawled across
Really,
my
though?
lap. It's like,
Why
hey, dude.
me? There should have been better candidates.
It was a sudden transfer, and your class was the only one.
If you're done explaining things, I got a store to get.
Sakura-san, please keep it. Don't let him cause any trouble.
Well, I'll be sure to have a serious.
Come to the
Oh,
faculty
shit.
office when you arrive at school tomorrow.
Apparently Charlotte's protesting.
Everyone's giving you the cold shoulder. That's what having a criminal record does to you.
Yeah, that's what my mom was saying, that they're protesting everywhere. There's a protest in Dallas tonight. They're protesting in D.C. They put the White House on lockdown.
Yeah. Ours is in 2 days. So hope that goes well. I remember the last time. Like 4 years ago when that one guy in Charlotte got killed.
Turns out your past follows you. By the way, if you get expelled now, I won't hesitate. School.
Felt nice when I was out there.
Come on, we're going home.
You what?
My mom just came back and she's inside. She was messing with her plant. She said it was nice outside. It was hot today.
What a troublesome situation.
Like I said, it was supposed to rain, and then it was like, nah, it's okay. So then it was sunny, but it's
Can't
humid.
believe they pushed someone with a record on me.
Oh yeah.
A male teacher would be better suited
but it's
for
weird
this.
because it's not as hot as it was last year, or the year before, honestly.
Why in the world was someone like that admitted
For
here?
Texas at this time of year.
Yeah, we've
Who
had. I
knows?
mean,
I was told that it's for the school.
when like for
I would
us,
have thought
hurricane
that
season
my
comes
volleyball-
up in like July,
That's
I think.
certainly true.
So like, we're already getting.
Be
super
careful.
early
And again,
storms.
if anything were to
Like, they're
happen,
just fucking.
I think
kick
you're just
out a
getting the
student
storms
like
that are
that
going
right
across.
away.
Those aren't the hurricane
Well, I
ones.
keep wishing that he'd just end up not coming to school.
Because they came through, they just skipped us. They went around where we're at. We're in this weird little ditch.
Still, that isn't something I...
well, I should be
Oh, right. The tournament...
having
my
such
God.
high
That
expectations
teacher,
placed on you
he
by
is so
others is
creepy.
quite a problem in itself. We'll have to work hard to make up for the track team, too.
Yes, that... Why'd it have to be...
This PE teacher, he like sexually harasses all the girls.
Traffic's not moving at all.
He like picks them and grooms them, and one of them tried to break free and couldn't, so she tried to commit suicide. And she's in the hospital.
Who is?
In this game,
Oh,
one of the students. I mean, technically, my character doesn't know
You're
that
taking
yet,
the
but
train.
He will the next day.
So, how was it? The school, I mean.
Dude, I'd do that. I'd do that now. I'm 35 years old. I'd go out there with lights on my bike if I had a bike.
You brought it on yourself. Still, you were expelled once already. It's not like anyone will be... If that's what it was like at school, people might... What a troublesome kid. I was asked to do it, and I just...
I happen
I've
to
already
agree
been
to do
paid for
this
it,
thing.
too, after
Okay.
And now, back to today's top. A subway train has derailed, severely affecting the timetable across all of...
What? They derailed a subway train? Dude.
So that's why it's so crowded. In fact, there was a real sad one just last month. It happened before you came. If I
Before you
remember
came
right,
here?
the girl that passed away was only 15. Her parents have got to be just...
Oh. There was an accident before my character got there, and a girl passed away.
All traffic around Shibuya Station is being redirected due to the accident, so drivers should expect jam...
Oh man. Tokyo traffic, man. Do you remember that shit?
yeah.
There was one time I was trying to go home. You know, the 15-minute drive from base to home. And this train is not stopping. Oh, I think the guy... Oh, that guy did. Well, he's oozing soap out of his mouth, and that's creepy. Oh, no. That's cool. It took me an hour and a half to get home. Because we weren't moving. I was like, I could have walked. I think I rode my bike a few times.
That was direct footage from the accident. According to the police, the engineer's life
It was hard
not
going
in
home that
danger
way though, because you had to
despite
go
his
uphill to
injuries.
get through the
After questioning, even he could not explain his high speed
by the
when
golf
approaching
course.
the station. No
Yeah.
further comments were
But
made. Police are still looking for a plausible
it was
motive.
pretty flat going
It's
from
less
the golf
of an
course,
operating accident
like
and
from
more
the
of a
back
crime
gate
of the
to
company
home.
and the government.
That was all pretty flat,
Site
and you went through the
inspectors
back,
apparently
the back
reported
roads and
all of
everything
this
over by
6
the high
months
school.
ago. The deterioration of the tracks and the ATC. Seems a railway company and the Ministry of Transport both turned a blind eye to the truth. There's no way they can hide.
Right now.
This will go
He
all
went
the
back
way to
outside
the
to
top.
scream.
Now on to our main story. With this derailment accident,
I can't let him in the
as
living
well
room
as other
because
recent
he
incidents
forgets
of
he's
unknown
supposed to be
motive,
behaving.
Concern is
And
spreading
then just goes,
among the general
I
public.
know, I'm gonna go
Just
pee on
what
the
could
couch.
be causing such a drastic change so suddenly in these people? SNN has
Everything's linked. That's what you're thinking, correct?
And
Oh well.
his pee
Are you free?
smells bad.
You and
so-
I haven't gone for a drink
Yeah,
in
no.
a while.
Thank you, sir. But I have another meeting to attend. I must be going.
I was ready to go for this meeting, and that's when this extreme.
They're all just sitting here. I have a cutscene going where they're watching the news about the train derailing.
I thought I was gonna die. A noisy subway platform filled with people was suddenly.
Man, that kind of... The train issues rarely ever happened while I lived in Japan. Like, there was one
Did you ask for me? Is it
where
a
there was a
case?
suicide
Not quite. I want your opinion on something.
while I was
Sure.
waiting for a friend to come.
Your
and he was
judgment
late
is
because
quite
they
often
had to
correct,
delay
though.
all the trains.
Can we discuss this over sushi, perhaps? You are making a student work late, after all.
Conveyor belt only.
Aww. Cheap sushi.
Damn, to think there'd be that much traffic.
They're working
What a
late.
waste of
The
time.
prosecutor's like, yeah, I gotta go do this thing, and he's like, well, we can go get sushi while we're doing it because you're making a student stay late, right? And she's like, yeah, but only conveyor belt. And he's like, aww.
I wasn't
Oh
able
my
to
God,
open the
that's
cafe today. What? Just head upstairs. There's something. Talk about a gruesome accident. Here's the diary. Make sure you may be under probation.
Oh, that's right.
There's no
This
special
game, its save
limitations on what
feature
you
is
do
cool.
in
You can
particular.
save when you go to sleep, but you can also save in your diary. He gives you a fucking diary to save in. Hold on, let me go kill my dog. Go for it. Even the puppy's behaving. And he has the attention span of a gnat. Although he just kind of comes and goes and then chews on the grapevines outside and gets in trouble because he chews on the grapevines. He can't go up front because we have the poisonous plants out front, and since he likes to chew on plants, we don't really want him to get poisoned and die. So we put all the plants... He's really not supposed to chew on the plants in the back, but it's better if he chews on them and not the ones out front. And I've got my brother's dog out in the living room with me. He really needs a bath.
Besides following the law, that is.
Do whatever you want, just follow the laws. Okay.
However, I'm obligated to report on you, which is why I'm having you record your. Hey, what's up? I'm about to leave. Don't worry.
So.
Well, I'm off. I'll lock the place up. Oh, but don't mess up my store. If something goes missing, I'll hand you. You got school tomorrow. You better.
He's like, don't mess up my store, don't steal anything, blah, 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 blah. He's like, I give you this diary, record what you're doing. So that's your save feature. Which, okay. So, if your save feature is the diary and you're recording everything you did, and then you happen to go into a mine palace and fuck some shit up in a mine palace, if you put that in your diary, does he report that? I mean, like, really? It's kind of a weird save feature. there's a phone. There's a yellow phone. It's ringing. Why is there a payphone in the whatever?
Have you forgotten my voice? Anyway, I closed up shop, but I forgot to... It's too much trouble for me to come back just for that. I doubt any customers are gonna come now. Even if this... I have to say, this is quite a relief. It's a personal policy of mine, not to save a guy's number in my phone.
Are you... This guy's creepy. So he's like... He leaves, right, for the night, and he leaves me, because I have the apartment above the cafe. So he leaves for the night, and he's like, yeah... You know, don't steal anything, I'll report you to the cops if you do anything wrong. So he leaves, and then he calls the fucking public phone downstairs. You know, the payphone downstairs, to tell me, hey, I forgot to switch the sign to close. Can you do that for me? Because it's too much hassle to walk all the way back there when you're right there. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, it's a personal policy of mine, not to save a guy's number to my phone.
I'm glad you actually picked
okay.
Up. Anyway, I'll leave.
What? Come on.
How do I flip the sign? Oh, okay. I just flipped the sign. Okay. Well, it's evening. Can I go explore? Oh, are you kidding me? They're like, nah, you can't go out for the rest of the night. Okay. Well, alright then, game. Thank you. I guess the game wants me to go to bed. Fine, I'll go to bed. What's cool is, because the game's been out so long, you can look online. When you go to class and they ask you questions for like the tests and stuff, you can look online for the answers. Because if you answer correctly, you get stat bonuses, like permanent stat bonuses. They're not huge or anything, but you know, every little bit counts. Somebody took the chair in the last few minutes. I was just out there 5 minutes ago. They're happy to it. It rattles, but they're happy to that chair. Oh, maybe. I got a new chair. Like, a gaming chair for my computer. And it's really comfy. So Ashlyn took my old chair, and her old one we put outside today. On the side of the road. So apparently in like the last 10 minutes, somebody came by and took the chair. That app. It just comes back. My phone is possessed. Don't get lost on the way to school. Gotcha. Let's go.
So, you're here. I'll feed you. Just make sure you finish it before the customer... What's that reaction?
Heh, you gave me curry for breakfast. I'd eat curry for breakfast.
It's time. Turns out you'd hurry over to school. You'll end up late if you get...
Who? Oh.
Oh, yeah, and flip the sign. Don't forget to do that. You better hurry on out.
Bomb, bomb, bomb. Okay, now I gotta go to the station. Yes.
Yongen Giant. This is Yongen Giant.
Yes, ride the train to the school.
Shibuya. This is Shibuya.
They show all the businessmen, the salarymen. It's these little hunched over dudes with briefcases. Shit, where am I going?
This isn't some joke.
Get in the line.
Hey!
Okay. Well, that lady sounded like a weird journalist, but okay. Okay, Ginza's the yellow line. No, that's yeah, Ginza. It's weird reading these lines because it's reading the lines like I was actually like you're actually in the country. Bring him. No, that's not the Ginza.
This isn't some joke. What?
What?
It doesn't matter. That's absurd. That's hilarious.
Eh.
I can't take this.
Hello?
No!
Oh, Ginza's that way.
This is bad. Who cares about that?
Please stand back.
Oh man. Did it?
Huh? It's
It just started all of a sudden.
It reminds me.
Did I take an umbrella? No, I did not.
One house blend, please.
The effects of yesterday's subway accident continues on today, as various
There's been a lot of nasty, you know, I mean the subway accident that the news is talking. My coworker got caught up in it and is in the. But that aside, the people who caused these accidents supposedly went. I heard that some of them suffered from nervous breakdowns during it.
Huh.
Bomb, bomb, bomb.
Aoyama Ichome. This is Aoyama Ichome. Train doors are now closing. Please stand back.
I made it.
This sucks. I left early today
Other person who joins my crew, what's up?
Oh, I just ran into a tank. Okay, awesome.
You ran into a tank. Did it hurt?
I died. So yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Good morning. You want me to give you a ride to school? You're gonna be late.
Sure, thank you.
You see the news report about the monkeys who stole the
You need a lift too?
the COVID-19 blood test samples?
What?
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah, it's wild, right? Monkeys escaped from lab with COVID-19 blood test samples. And they're likening it to 28 days later. Oh, the monkeys didn't really escape in 28 days later. They attacked the humans who tried to release them. Huh? His shirt says OMG.
What do you want? You planning on ratting me out? Huh? In that car just now. He does whatever the hell he wants. Who does he think he is, the king of a cat? No, I mean...
I like how they just call him the vulgar boy.
Hmm?
Okay.
Wait, you don't know? You're from Shuji. What? No other high school's got a... Huh. A second year, huh? Never seen... Oh. Then... This rain ain't too bad. We better hurry up or we'll be late. Ah. Oh, damn it.
Back to interrogation.
There was a terrible subway accident that day. You remember? I assume you know of the uproar that the public calls the psychotic breakdown in... You say that like it's none of your... It was all over the news, and one of the victims included a teacher at your high school. I've no doubt you heard about it. On that day, were you still an Let me change the question. You transferred to an ordinary prep school that could be found in any... That's what it should have been. What happened around that? Tell me everything.
So I kind of recognize the guy who plays the Jewish soldier, maybe the LT, definitely the sergeant. There's a few of the faces I can't recognize.
Huh? What? Huh?
Yep, you guys walked into a palace. It's cool. They're all trying to go to school and they accidentally walked into
Come the
palace.
wrong way, though. Yeah, this should be right. What's going on here? Guess we'll just have to go and ask.
This game's got great transitions between scenes.
That's... This should be... out of service.
Where
the
did
sign
we end up?
was
No
for the
shit.
school, right? Right? Jeez, who are you? Man, your costume's impressive. Come on. Hey. Dude, I don't know. Shit's... Calm down. We gotta run. Stop standing around. Yeah. You're gonna break my... The hell you think you're... No!
Take them away.
Would you like to save progress? Yes.
Hey. Hey! You alright? Yeah. Looks like this ain't no trick. Hey! Let it... Damn it! Where are we?
Are we on a movie set? No.
What the hell was... Whoa. You're shitting me. Come on, man. Hey. Huh?
Ah, shit.
Be glad that your charge is unlocked. Thus, you will be...
Your charge is unlawful entry, so you're sentenced to death. Well then. That escalated quickly.
No one's allowed to do as they please.
Huh?
I thought it was some petty thief, but to think it'd be you, Sakamoto. Are you trying to disobey me again? It looks like you haven't learned. And you brought a friend this time, because you can't do anything for yourself.
This ain't funny, you ass.
Is that how you speak to a king? It seems you... Not only did you sneak into my castle, you committed the
You insulted the king.
Is death.
The punishment is death. Well, you already
It's time
said
for
my
an
punishment was death
execution.
for coming
Take
into your
him
castle,
out.
so you can't double death me.
Stop. I ain't down for this shit. Just go. Get out.
Oh, running away, are we?
Come on, huh?
What's the matter?
Too scared to run away? You're pathetic.
I'll focus on
Thank you,
this-
guy. Thank you.
Take this! Lily! You... Huh. Where'd your energy from earlier go? A peasant like you isn't worth beating. I'll have you killed right now. What? Don't you dare tell me you don't know who I am. That look in your eyes irritates me. Hold him there. After the peasant, it's his turn to die.
No, I don't want to die.
This is truly an unjust game. Your chances of winning are almost none.
Hi,
But if
butterfly
my
that talks
voice
to me.
is
What's
reaching
up?
you, there may yet be a possibility open to
Jordan.
you.
What's the matter, Jordan? Are you simply going to watch? Are you forsaking him to save yourself? Death awaits him if you do nothing. Was your previous decision a mistake then? Very well. I have heeded your resolve. Vow to me. I am thou art I. Thou who art willing to perform all sacrilegious acts for thine own justice. Call upon my name and release thy rage. Show the strength of thy will to ascertain all on thine own.
I'm being cautious. There's a voice in my
To
head.
hell itself!
Execute him! What was that?
But it's okay.
You desire
it
to
makes
be
me
killed
badass.
that much? Fine.
I swear, that sounds like just the most.
Oh, it's totally the most Japanese thing ever. But it's fun. It's the best most Japanese thing? No, I guess there's those rhythm games, because those are very fucking Japanese.
Yeah.
But they're fun too. Me and Ashlyn were watching this little, it's like webisodes, but it was like this Chinese animation. That was adorable, but awesome at the same time. Also, I just pulled a mask off my face, and now my face is bleeding. That's how you you have to pull the mask off. So you wear a mask while you fight, but it's like a created mask. It's not because you can pull your mask off.
Yeah. Let's say,
Well, the whole thing is that the castles are your heart, and you're stealing hearts to heal them, but because they're corrupted. So pulling your mask off is revealing yourself. Your true
I am the pillager of Twilight.
RC. All right, let's go.
What the?
I am the rebel soul that resides within you.
The rebel soul that resides within you.
If you so desire, I
He's
shall
chained to
consider
me. This is
granting
cool,
you
dude.
the power to break through
He's got
this
wings
crisis.
and a top hat. Pretty sure that makes him cool all by itself.
Who the hell are you?
That needs glowing. And he's gonna help me kick everything's ass. So,
You'll learn that.
Tuxedo. Oh.
No, he's not Tuxedo Cayman.
I was gonna say tuxedo mask.
Yeah, that's Tuxedo Cayman.
Kill
Oh,
them
it's like,
however
oh
you
god,
want.
what's wrong with your
Run
face?
wild to your heart's content.
No, this guy's way cooler than him. He's good.
Persona!
Light curse damage to one foe.
You're mine.
Yes, that light curse damage just killed one of them.
Aaron
Da-na-na-na, I got money out of that. And I leveled up. I'm level 2. Sweet. Dun, 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 dun.
What?
This thing has got awesome music. And I got a trophy.
What was that just now?
You look.
You mean that?
Yeah, get the key, stupid. Come on. We'll watch the king in his own cell. I mean, he'll get out, but...
Hey, what was?
Wait.
And
So,
you went back to
when
normal.
you go to school, you end up accidentally walking into a castle. It's the sports coach.
Yeah.
He has his own castle at the school because his greatest thing, the greatest achievement in his life was a game that they won, I think. Like a year he was a coach. So he's raised up as like this pillar of the community and is, you know, like the highlight of the school. And so he sees this school as his castle where he can do no wrong. He can do whatever he wants. So he tortures the kids that he's supposed to be coaching to the point of like, Sakamoto, the kid that you meet who doesn't like him, he doesn't like him because the guy tortured him so much that he ended up like breaking his leg, so he couldn't play. And pretty much just kind of threw him under the bus at that point because he was no longer of any use to him. But he tortures these kids. He makes them work so hard that it pretty much breaks them. And then the girls, he basically sexually assaults them. He's training the girls because they're young. They don't know any better, so he gets to do whatever he wants with them. And they don't speak up because they're terrified of it. So you enter this castle because there's something wrong at the school, and you know there's something wrong, but you end up walking into this castle on accident because that weird app that keeps coming back on your phone opens a gateway and you walk right into this castle instead of the school. So you're supposed to be going to school and you walk into the castle instead. Luckily, time is weird, so even when you get back out, you can just go to school. But inside the castle, you see how this guy sees himself and how he sees his students.
Oh shit, they're protesting tonight.
Yes, most of the places are protesting tonight.
Well, they had another one.
They're protesting.
They had another one on set up for Sunday as well as.
Oh, okay.
Tonight.
Yeah, a lot of them are. They're mad about the whole thing. I mean, dude, a guy killed someone in broad daylight while being recorded, and nobody stopped him. And even the bystanders that were like, hey, his other cop buddy stopped him from doing anything. And then, once he was done, they weren't going to do anything to that cop. It's not even like his first infraction. They weren't going to do anything. They were just going to let him go. Except social outcry got to the point where they were like, well, okay, I guess we have to do something. So they fired him.
Yeah.
But they weren't going to arrest him for killing somebody until the riots. And then so they finally arrested him. But only him. They didn't arrest the other guys with him. Because their excuse of, well, we wanted to build a better case. Yeah, bullshit. Because you arrested that camera crew that you shouldn't have been arresting, who were just covering the thing. And you had no case against them. And it's not like they couldn't have arrested him and held him while they built the case. Because it's 72 hours to be charged. He was already going to be charged with murder. Like, you didn't have to build a case, the perfect case, before you charged him.
Yeah.
That's bullshit, or else we'd have, crazy people running around the streets killing people before they got arrested, because, no, that's not how that works. So yeah, that's why everybody's mad, but the outcry and the protests in different states are over different things, but all stemming from the same thing. It's the same racism across the board. I mean, like I said, Dallas has one going on tonight. And when my mom was like, they're protesting in Dallas, I was like, dude, that cop went into that guy's house and shot him.
Yeah.
And it became this big deal of, oh, did she really mean to shoot him? Like, dude, she meant to shoot him. So, yeah. It's just messed up, is what it is. But each state has stories of that, where somebody was killed who shouldn't have been killed by people who were supposed to be protecting them. Or someone was killed, but because the other person was white, or because they had more money, they got a pass. Nah. That's why in LA, when the riots were going on in Minneapolis, that's why they had concurrent riots going on in LA. LA, remember? Somebody was like, oh, but, the killing happened in Minneapolis, and everybody else is like, yeah, have you never been to LA? Like, I know they don't report it anymore, like, it's not big stories anymore outside of LA, because it's so common for the cops to harass and beat and kill people that it's just expected, and they don't report it anymore. So, no, riots in LA make sense.
Yeah.
People hitting that tipping point of we're not going to put up with this anymore, yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah. Because I was watching a video where they were trying to stop a cop car, and they were sitting on the car, and the cop drove off, and he knocked one of the guys off, and he hit the ground and didn't move. And another cop came up behind and stopped, and you couldn't tell what the guy was gonna do, what the cop was gonna do. But all the people, when the guy hit the ground and didn't move, all the people around came over to check on him. So when the cop car stopped, half of them split off and attacked the cop car. And it was like, well, you know, you're stopping that cop from doing his job. He was probably checking to see if that guy was okay. And they're like, no, it's LA, man. He was probably not stopping to check if that guy was okay. He was probably going to stop and arrest him.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have cared if he was okay. They had to admit the guy later to a hospital for head injuries. Like, they broke the window of the cop car, like they shot a skateboard through the back window of the cop car. But, yeah, like, and that was LA, and that was one thing that happened in LA, and you can imagine there was a whole lot more that happened in LA. Because it's LA, and when everybody else is crazy, LA is 10 times more crazy. So, yeah.
God, this is effing nuts. Anyways,
so I'm staying
let's
inside.
scram.
It seems
You
like
lead
a
the
safe
way.
place to be. Also, I live in a neighborhood where, you know, I guess the drug dealers go, but nobody else really goes. And even the drug dealers are down right now. There's the one crazy meth chick, and her boyfriend, but I don't know. They haven't had really much business lately, so. Like, dude, this chick is crazy. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. She puts on pretty much the same clothes year round. It doesn't matter how cold it is or how hot it is. She always pretty much wears the same kind of clothes. And then, like, in the winter, it's definitely not enough. But she walks all the way up to the gas station and back. She doesn't go to the gas station. She just walks up and down the road with her phone.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't make any sense. But ever since the lockdown started, like, she's gotten worse and worse in the appearance sector. Like, she doesn't even brush her hair anymore. Her hair's really long, so it's like this big nasty mat on the back of her head right now. It's really weird. Like, I don't know what's going on with them, other than maybe they really aren't getting customers anymore.
Yeah.
Because she's the lookout. She goes out to the road so she can keep track of cars coming and going.
Damn you! What was that?
Is it the meth?
Yeah, probably, but I don't think they're big time users like, one of my coworkers.
Alright.
Her neighbors are like massive meth users.
Yeah.
For real?
And I do mean massive meth users, like...
Yeah!
Like, they go out in the middle of the night and vacuum the road. I'm not even kidding, like... She's like, I got woken up because my neighbors were out there with a vacuum.
Yeesh. On the other hand...
Special action.
Whoa!
But, or once, she got mad because she found one of the neighbors in the bushes outside her daughter's bedroom. Whoa! I found a crawl space. Let's go. I'm trying to escape this castle now because we were locked in the dungeon, so I'm trying to escape.
And again.
Ah. Come on.
go!
But she had to put new things on her daughter's window so the meth heads couldn't peek in. Because her kid's like a year or two younger than mine. I mean, on the one side, it makes for some interesting stories. They seem to be mostly harmless, just really drugged out all the time. But yeah. There's a dude in a cell over there, like hanging over the water.
Damn it. What the hell?
Hey! Hey!
Hey, you! Hey! Hey, listen! Morgana, don't start that shit.
You're not. Look, the key.
We're trying. I mean,
I'm locked up here, so how can. I am not a cat.
I'm not a cat. Yes, you are. It's okay though. I actually like you. I know a lot of people find you irritating, Morgana, and you are, but I still like you.
Hey, you wanna know? You don't wanna get. I never go. If you.
are you?
If you don't.
Now where's the egg?
Don't call me.
Shut up and hurry it up.
Oh, all right.
All right. Stay quiet. Well, all right then.
It's for Sakura-san said that he left the house this morning. Should I? No, that'll. What did I?
Well.
Getting in trouble my first day of school. Yeah.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? You, frizzy hair. It seems like you pick up on. Try checking around the mouth of this.
How were we supposed
to
know?
There's a statue, and you have to pull on the jaw of it, and it lowers the bridge.
Shit! Oh shit, it's them!
You amateur! Stay still. Hey you! You can fight, right? Let's go. Come!
You got one of those things too?
We will promptly shut them up. Damn shack. Looks like it's all back. This is Zoro! Strike at an enemy's weakness. That's the most bait.
Okay, so if you can knock an enemy down with a weakness, you get a one more. Basically, you get an extra free attack.
Come on. Zoro, show your might!
Screw you!
Persona!
It's a step forward.
I'm level 3.
Another tool for our mission. Oh!
Whoa!
Okay. Now then.
Hold on a sec. I feel like I'm... damn it! I'm too flustered. I can't remember anything right.
Come on, let's go.
Hold on!
What is it?
But...
do you really think you have time to worry about it? Besides, there...
There!
You should have listened.
No, we get the experience. Let's fight it.
Looks like it's raring.
What am I gonna do?
Let's get...
Hold on!
You really don't get it, do you? Look, I'm going. If you don't want...
Damn it!
This way!
Oh, fine. It's not open. You trick...
Don't jump to
Hey, what? Where are we supposed to get out from here?
Ugh, this is the most basic... That's right. It leads all...
I see. Then we just gotta get that metallic... And a one... Ah! Ow. Seriously, we're fine.
You should wait on celebrating. Now get going.
But...
There's something that we're going our separate... See ya. Those two especially the frizzy...
Yay!
You have returned to...
Huh?
You're back in the normal
Return?
world. Congrats.
Does... What was all that anyways? What the hell's going...
What's with the yelling? Are you students of Shujin? Cutting class.
Huh? We were trying to get to school and...
Hand over your...
Are you his friend? Then you should go to school.
Like I'm trying to say, I don't...
We passed by Shujin on our way here. If you spout any...
Come on. That's... Wait a... Fine, I'm go...
We got caught by the cops for truancy.
The Minister of Transport. Sai Nijima. Better to leave it be for now.
Is this for real? I'm sure...
That's exactly what we received a call.
Damn cops!
It's rare. Where were you roaming around? so you have no intention.
What's this about a cat? You seem so quite a difference from when you did morning practice for the track team.
Shut up! How dare you speak that way to Mr. Kamoshida? There's not much leeway left for you, you know?
He's the one that provoked.
Do you really want to be expelled? In any case, you'll have to explain.
What?
Dun, dun, dun.
Come now. I should have been more considerate too. Let's just say that we were both to blame.
Well, if you say... Still, you're coming with me. It's undeniable that
You're really late to school. Yeah, it's lunchtime.
By the way, you're that new
Angry looks.
Have we met? That's right. Well, I'll overlook... I'm sure you've heard from the principal, but cause any trouble and you'll be... At any rate, hurry up and go to the fact. Good luck trying to enjoy...
The school turned into an old castle? A talking... Are you hallucinating from an overdose? I won't put up with you. I'm going to have you continue the story. The one who received a calling card from the Phantom Thieves was an alumnus from Shujin Academy. The PE teacher, Sugu... It all came out in his confession. He was guilty of everything. The abuse, the violations. But there should have been no connection between the two of you since you had just transferred. Why did you target him? That's try and recall it.
To the faculty office. There's a place at like the school store, and its point on the map is bread.
You won't get violent,
What does he think he is? Showing up
fast.
He might kill you.
No, second floor. No, that's a classroom. I'm guessing that's it. Oh, I guess not. So maybe it's that 2D. I thought that was a classroom, but maybe not.
Don't get involved. You shouldn't get involved with this.
Guess the trash box is bigger. Why is he here?
He's a criminal, isn't he? Everyone's scared of him.
Hi. Isn't that him?
How do I find my way around?
He did something bad.
That's the principal's office. Oh.
Ugh. Being over half it. Can you explain?
I got Liz.
How could you have been lost for this long? Well, it's probably true that you're not used to the area yet. Will you pull yourself together? More important, I heard that you were caught along with that Don't get involved with him, okay? He wasn't like that when he was devoting his time to track and field. Anyway, classes will end after 5th period today because of this. I'll have you introduce yourself. Follow me.
Dun dun dun. To class.
By the way, when you be serious about it, even if you're lying to the class, okay?
You think that... Huh? The one in the...
Did you get killed again?
Being super late on his first day?
He looks normal.
But he might slug us if we...
Settle. Well, I'd like to introduce... Today we had him attend from the afternoon on since he was... All right. Please say something to the class.
He seems quiet. I mean, he was arrested.
Your seat will be over there. The one that... Sorry, but can the people nearby please share your textbook?
And then they attacked the church.
Lies.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, now I died.
Did you catch that? Do those two... Ew, does that mean he hit on her before transferring? That means she's cheating on him with Mr. Kamoshi. Then again, this is Takamaki-san we're talking...
For real. That side of the room is totally...
Oh, right. The volleyball round. Everyone's just changed classes, so make sure you use that time to get to know each other. Well then, let's... Who's on duty today?
Everyone?
After school.
Hmm? Are you sure? Also, it seems like people are already talking about... I can't even catch a break. You should head straight home without stopping by anywhere. Sakura-san sounded pretty angry.
No. He would sound angry.
Oh, and about Sakamoto-kun, don't get involved. Speak of the... What do you want? I heard the police caught you... And you haven't dyed your hair back to black.
Sorry about that. I'll be waiting on the...
Well, alright then, dude.
See, that's why I...
Why did you allow a student like him to transfer here? He's already a student with a criminal record and the culp... At this rate, it'd be pointless how much I contribute.
Now don't be like this. School counts on you, Kamoshida-kun.
Dude, the principal of the school looks like something out of, like, a Miyazaki film. Like, he has no neck. Like, his head, like, muffins into his suit. I am actually not kidding. It's like a muffin top, but at his neck.
Still, a steady buildup is necessary behind such brilliance as well.
Your troubles never seem to end. All right, I understand.
I died.
Now you died. Rooftop.
Isn't that him? Huh? It's just...
Okay. It's like, no one's allowed up there, but go up those stairs.
Even the teachers bailed on him.
Okay.
There you are. Sorry for calling you up. I bet Kawakami already told you stuff like, don't get in... Then again, I heard you got a criminal record.
Everyone's talking. No wonder you were... What was all that happened? It wasn't a dream, right?
Do you remember
Well,
what happened this morning?
just 'cause we
Yeah,
both-
I totally do. It was weird as fuck.
I mean, even if it was a dream. So yeah, thanks.
Ta-da.
But man, you probably don't know about it, but there are some rumors about... Yeah, that asshole who was all full of himself at the castle. No one says anything against him because he's some medalist who took the volleyball team to The way Kamoshida was king of that castle felt crazy. I wonder if we can go back to that... Ah, forget it. Must have all... Sorry to drag you out here like... You know, I feel like we're gonna get along just fine. I'm Ryuji Sakamoto. I'll come talk if I see you around.
Alright.
See ya.
Bye, weird dude who doesn't walk straight.
Hey, I hear you ditched half a... Yeah, that's what everyone says when they're... Look, just be one wrong step and... Good. Hey, yeah, I just closed up shop. What are you standing around for? No. Don't forget to lock the door and turn off... Yep, I told you.
I have a part-timer. You mean you have a ward. You have a ward, but okay.
No, part-timer. What's up, Temp?
What's up, Temp? Yeah. Under system, there's a story this far kind of thing.
That's cool. At least you can keep up with stuff.
Yeah, there's a calendar on the main thing, so you can see what stuff is scheduled for different days, like holidays.
Yeah.
So like Showa Day is listed in April 29th to show that you have that day off. But it also lists if you have jobs. So if you have a daytime job or a nighttime job, it'll list them what ones you have. Ah, there's Golden Week. There's midterms listed. It's kind of cool. Like it lists all the stuff. And if you have to have a castle done by a particular time, it'll list that too.
That's good.
Social stats. So your social stats are shown with a star. So it's knowledge, guts, proficiency, kindness, and charm. So as you do different things, you can up those. So like, and apparently my stats are hilarious. My knowledge is oblivious. My guts is milquetoast. My proficiency is bumbling. My kindness is inoffensive. And my charm is existent. So, that's your starting levels. So as you do things like answer stuff correct in class, you get more knowledge, right? Or more proficiency. Or if you work on tools, you get, you can bump up a thing. Or there's one of the jobs you can do is you can become an experiment and it raises your guts. There's this doctor down the road, and if you take her experimental drugs, it raises your guts. It knocks you out for the rest of the day because she's nuts. But it's a good way to raise your guts really quick because you need your guts for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to answer questions a certain way or want to partake in certain things, you have to have your stats up to your social stats up to a particular level.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat how that works.
I'll be right back.
He's based off of Lupin. Meow, 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 meow. Chains.
About time you've come to. On your feet. Our master wishes to speak with you.
First off, let us... Oh, you've awakened to your rehabilitation. There is no need to understand. You will be training the power of persona. Personas are, in other words, a mask, an armor of the heart when confront. I have high expectations. There is no need to worry. By the by, have you come to appreciate the meta? Using it will allow you to come and go between realities. I bestowed it to you as a means to train you at.
The Metaverse Navigator is a gift from our master. You better take... Devote yourself to your training so that you may...
It must be disheartening to make use of the meta. Should there be others who would prove beneficial to you, this is all for you to...
Huh, it's time. Go back.
Well, okay.
Seriously? What's going on?
Look, isn't that...
You mean that one with the red ribbon? I guess so.
She's so thin. It's not fair. I've got my hair in a ponytail.
Okay, and what's that got to do with being...
Please, take my seat. My station's coming up.
Are you sure?
Oh, wow, what speed. I mean, excuse me, that seat was for this lady. Oh. It's all right. I can understand his position as well. I'm sorry I couldn't be...
It's all right, dear.
Please allow me to carry your...
Thanks. Ain't it heavy, though?
Not at all. Pardon me.
Hi, girl I've never met before.
Thank you so much for earlier. For what you did on the train. Speaking up... You're a second year at Shujin Academy, correct? I'm a first... Thinking you totally slipped my mind back on the train, and I didn't want to be rude. Please excuse...
Excuse me, senpai.
Class is starting. What's the answer?
Yeah, sorry. It sounds Persona sounds really easy.
It sounds like it's really not, but God damn it. What's the Devil's Dictionary define as the chief factor in the progress of the human race? Villains.
This is it. Correct.
I feel like I got a little smarter for being able to answer that question. Dun dun dun! Point out by my knowledge. Oh. Excuse me. I hear he carries around a knife. No? Maybe. Don't think so, though.
Hey there, Takam. Things have been pretty dangerous lately with all...
Sorry, I have a photo shoot today. It's for the special summer issue, so I can't...
Hey now, being a model's fine and dandy, but don't work your pretty little self. You mentioned you weren't feeling well, right? Something about...
Yes, I keep planning to go to the hospital, but I've been too busy.
You must be lonely, too. I feel bad for keeping your best friend at practice. Oh, and be careful around that transfer student. He's got a criminal record, after all.
Thank you. Please excuse me.
Teacher tried to score with the teenage girl and she was like, I gotta go.
I want to talk about that cat. I tried telling myself it was all just a dream. I can't act like nothing happened. It's all connected to that bastard Kamoshida after all. I want to find out what's up with that place. And you know, you're the only person I can rely on for this stuff, so... You in? Nice! I think we should just try and retrace our... In the meantime, you're walking to the station, right? Let me know if you notice any other weird building. If a huge castle like that really exists, I'm sure we'll... When did they build something like... We walked that way. When you put it that way... All right. Let me know if you notice something. Huh? where it's... There wasn't anything out of place along the way, right? We must have made... Let's try again. Don't worry, I won't... Let's go.
For
real?
I have to stand here and look cool. It's cool.
Is it smaller than... What do you think? I didn't see anything... Huh? Hey, that reminds me. Didn't you have a navigation...
They sent a dog on us.
I don't know if it was or not, but I heard stuff that sounded like one come... You know, didn't it say stuff like... Return... Let me see your phone for a...
Well, thank you for just snatching my phone.
What's this eyeball? What? What a weird... Oh, wait, this is it! I knew it! It is a navigation... Oh, man, Let's try using... Then I'll do it.
Kamoshida. Shujin Academy.
Pervert Castle.
Castle. Beginning navigation.
Here we go. And then we went... Hey. Huh? What the hell? Look, it's the... They made it back. That means what happened... That happened last... Put that out.
So, my persona... Joker's persona is, modeled after Lupin. You know, the thief.
Yeah.
You like... What's going on here?
Hey! Stop. The shadows started acting up, so I came here to think you guys would come back to the entrance when you...
What is this?
That's right.
But...
This castle, but only to this castle's...
The castle's...
I think you called him Kamoshida? It's how his distorted heart...
Kamoshida... Explain it in a way...
I shouldn't have expected him.
What did you... What was that?
It must be the slip.
For real? Oh shit, we saw other guys held captive here yesterday. I'm pretty sure.
Most likely on Kamoshida's orders. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's like that. What's more, you two escaped yesterday. He must have lost...
That son of a...
Ryuji?
This is... You hear me?
Doing that isn't going... Still, it seems you have your...
Hey, Mona!
It's Morgana.
Do you know where those voices are coming from?
Morgana.
You want me to take... Well, I guess I could guide you there. It's settled.
For real? Thanks, man.
Alright, let's...
Yes, I'm going, because I'm more useful than you, Ryuji.
This is our...
Ain't that where we...
That's right. Not barging in through the entrance is one of the...
How are we supposed...
I'll make sure to teach...
So... But... I just can't forgive that bastard Kamoshida. Really, though. Man.
Mm-hmm. Now, follow me. Let's go.
Looks like we're going to have to start... Oh boy, always try to ambush and you'll need to rip their masks off to momentarily break the If you succeed, your opponent will be caught.
Okay. And then ambush him.
So, we want to get the jump...
You know you're just going to be watching, right? But anyway...
I'll reveal your true form.
Ambush! Alright, the first move is ours! Zoro! Yeah! Victory!
I leveled up. Okay. Why ain't anyone here? Damn it!
Quiet down.
Oh yeah, there were...
They might have been transferred.
Oh crap.
It would be a problem if... Hey, let's head into the...
Let's hide in this room.
The Shadow's problem. There's a lack of distortion here, meaning the ruler's control over this.
Is this?
Now do you understand? This place is another reality that the...
This is Kamoshida's reality?
One could say it's a... I call such a place a pallet.
A pallet?
This is happening because he thinks the school is...
So, it became like this because he just... That son of a...
You must really hate this guy.
Hate? Just... Everything!
I don't know what happened between you two, but don't let your emotions get His lackeys are everywhere. You're curious about your outfit, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm curious.
That's also because of this war.
More stuff that...
Anything distorts according to how a ruler pleases within a school can turn into a castle like... In order to prevent such distortions, one must hold a power. Your appearance is a manifestation of that. It's the image of rebellion that you hold.
I'm so fed up. I'm more curious about you than his clothes. What the...
I'm a human. And honest to God...
I'm a human.
No, you're obviously...
No, you're a cat.
It's because I lost my true form.
Morgana is a cat. It's a talking cat. And Morgana's like, I'm a human. And he's like, no, you're a cat. Morgana's like, I lost my form.
You think?
But I do know how to regain my truth. The reason why I snuck in here was for a preliminary... Well, I ended up getting... Besides, I've been tortured by Kamoshida. I'm gonna make it...
What is this, a comic book?
If we're gonna keep going,
we should hurry.
I'll be counting on your skills this time, too.
Don't worry, I'm not... I brought this just in case. It's a model gun, though, so it only makes sounds.
That's a tool!
But it looks totally real, so it'll at least fit. Oh, I brought some medicine, too. You know what they say, provide...
So you were planning this from the... Well, fine. If you're ready to go...
They gave me a toy gun.
There are problems. Let's use this time...
I should write something.
I should write something. I'm probably not going to tell my guardian that I'm actually sneaking into the school to take out this dude. Probably not a good time to say that. now I'm done playing. And it's been a couple hours. And it's hot in here. So,